Hello, my name is Rachel Tomlinson. I am a registered psychologist from the company Toward Wellbeing. I just wanted to quickly touch base around the impact of COVID for people in helping professions. We're drawn to these professions because there's something in us that drives us towards helping and looking after other people, and it can sometimes be our worst enemy because what makes us so good at our job also can make us pretty terrible at self-care and looking after ourselves. So it's a bit like the aeroplane analogy. So anyone who's been on an aeroplane, not any time recently, but anyone who's been on an aeroplane would recall the safety message. So it's essentially that if the oxygen masks pop down from the ceiling, that you put on your own oxygen mask before you help other people. And the reason that they do that is because if you are breathing in oxygen, which is life-sustaining, then it means that you will be clear-headed, calm, and more able to help the people around you. And what can happen for us in terms of self-care as helpers is we can be running around and helping everybody else, forgetting that we actually need to prioritize ourselves. And because we are empathic people, and a lot of our sense of sort of self-worth and understanding of who we are can be tied up in being helpful and being a helper. So it's actually really important that we consciously stop and take the time to look after ourselves and to really be engaging in self-care. That's also really complicated by what is happening out in the world. You know, there are lockdowns in many places, there are places where there might be restrictions, or we might just not have the same capacity to engage in our usual self-care activities like yoga on a Tuesday or catching up with our friends face to face. So it's really important to think about what it is that gives you more. Self-care is not about taking, or it shouldn't feel restrictive, that it's cutting into your time or it's too expensive or anything like that. It's more about the feeling. Self-care is about what gives you something. So it could be saying no to somebody, it could be about arranging a quiz with your friends, to catch up over Zoom or Teams. It could be joining an online yoga class or even watching yoga instructions. It could be learning something new, learning a new skill. But essentially it's giving you something, it's providing you with something, and is making you feel fulfilled and making use of that time where maybe you can't engage in the usual self-care activities. I also just really wanted to have a big shout out and say thank you to all of the allied health workers and aged care workers who are putting in all of their efforts on the front line. Thank you.